We're in lockdown again, and I thought I'd do another video and just show you a couple of things on the at the garden of Broughton Hall that I really love. And the first one is the yellow garden. So we'll just walk up here, just frightened by all the birds. So we'll just walk up here and I'll show you the yellow garden. So as you can see, it's midwinter and it's cold, but also the trees have lost their leaves. Birds are really enjoying the grass seeds that are starting to come up at the moment, so lots of parrots everywhere. That tree behind us is a ginkgo without leaves on, the one right there. So this is the yellow garden. I might walk up through these cherries just to start with. At the moment we're in July, and the cherry blossoms will be out in about 2.5 months, so all these trees will be completely covered with blossoms, all white cherries. Up here there's a few pink ones and green ones, but mostly they're white. And anyway, so we're nearly here. This is the yellow garden coming up, and I'll just tell you about the yellow garden in 2 seconds. But this is the view at the top and looking down. So we'll walk down and have a look. That tree in the middle is a weeping elm, and really lovely tree. That was given to us by a friend, Di. Her name's Di. She gave it to us 20 years ago. So just got to wait to make sure I don't fall over. So for me, the yellow garden's fantastic because a lot of gardens, they're not all that colour coordinated, and at the moment it's winter, so there's not too much out, but this is yellow and blue mostly, this garden. So if I can show you that from there. So the reason we planted this garden, well, the first thing that happened was we needed to get some soil to put at the bottom of a stockyard over at the dairy. So we dug out this whole section of soil and took it over there. And the same year my father was really sick, 20 years ago, and I sent him a big bunch of blue and yellow flowers, which he loved, and subsequently he passed away. So we thought, well, we'll make this garden a blue and yellow garden for him. And I'll show you again in spring when it's all up. So there's usually, well, the daffodils are starting. They're not quite up yet, but they're starting. So, but there's salvias and there's all sorts of tulips and different things coming up soon. And it's really quite beautiful. And when people come to this garden, it's quite peaceful. They do comment on this part of the garden. So we haven't chopped back these roses yet. We've got to prune the roses. There's still a few left, not that many, just with the last winter bloom. And there we go, just a little bit of a circle. So there's the elm in the middle, and then there's a couple of crescent-shaped beds. There's a hedge here of rugosa, which is called Agnes, which we've had that for a long time. We planted that as soon as Agnes is the only yellow rugosa that was cultivated at the time. So this one here is Sally Holmes, this one here. But this one here is Agnes, this sticky, thorny thing is Agnes. And when we do another video in spring, I'll show you the yellow flowers of the rugosa rose. They're just a different type of rose that grows in a completely different way. So these little beds here, they're nice. At the moment, they've got those dreadful forget-me-nots everywhere. There's a good reason they're called forget-me-nots, because once you've got them, you can't forget them. So the yellow garden's really nice. So this was planted for my father, and when I do my meditations and healing, I bring people here, and it's actually for all fathers, and we have another garden that's for all mothers. So it's a really nice part of the garden at Broughton Hall, and when people come in the spring or any other time when all the yellow and blue is out, they're pretty mesmerised by it. Yeah, so it's really lovely. Anyway, I thought that might brighten up your day if you're in lockdown, maybe, or if you're not. And the next thing I'm going to do is go down to a big tree that we planted also about 15 or so years ago, and I'll show you that tree next.